and welcome. The Sacramento Latino Community Roundtable, excuse me, can you please be quiet in the hall? Thank you. The Sacramento Latino Community Roundtable, including the Latino Economic Counsel and United Latinos, along with the League of Women Voters of Sacramento, are sponsoring today's forum featuring mayoral candidates for the 2024 election, and especially coming up, the March 5th primary. We are saddened that Mariana Sobignano, who really helped to organize this, she serves as chair of the Latino Community Roundtable, has suffered a death in the family and is not here tonight. So our prayers are with her and her family. My name is Tricia Erhammer. I'm a member of the Sacramento League of Women Voters, and it's my pleasure to serve as your moderator this evening. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization made up of both men and women that encourages citizens to be informed and to participate in their government at all levels. The League does not support or oppose any candidate or political party. Rather, the League provides information and moderates candidates' forums such as this to help voters learn about the candidates, issues, and make informed decisions when you go to the polls. However, we do take positions on public policy issues, including ballot measures and legislation, based on our thorough studies and consensus building. Today's questions were solicited in advance from our Latino groups sponsoring this event. Candidates have not had access to these questions in advance. In addition, as time permits, you may also submit questions on index cards provided during the forum. All questions must be worded to all candidates. You may not submit a question geared to just one, in all fairness. We'd like to thank the Sacramento ACT, the area congregations together, for providing translating devices for those Spanish speakers who would like to make use of them. They are available in the back of the hall. Each candidate will have a 1.5 minute opening statement. Next, we will move to a question and answer period, and each candidate will have a 1 minute opportunity to answer each question. Finally, candidates will be able to offer up to a 1 minute closing statement. Candidates have drawn cards for their seating order and opening statements. Here tonight, running for mayor of Sacramento, we have to my far right, Kevin McCarty, Mr. Kevin McCarty, Mr. Steve Hansen, Dr. Richard Pan, Mr. Jose Avina, and Dr. Flo Kofer. Please welcome them, and thank you for joining us tonight. We have a timekeeper here this evening. If you'll show them what your signs are, you'll get a 30-second warning and stop. So please follow those suggestions. And now it's time for our opening statements. And again, I mentioned that they drew cards to determine the order. So Kevin McCarty, you have the first opening statement.
Are we talking a microphone or we're good?
Do you want to pass it?
Or no microphones?
That's because you record.
First, then easy. Yes, thank you
tonight for coming out on a Friday night to hear from the candidates about the future of Sacramento. Thank you to Legal and Voters, Latinos Unidos, and the Latino Roundtable. Gracias por venir esta noche para hablar con nosotros sobre nuestras ideas para esta ciudad. Yo quiero servir al alcalde de Sacramento y yo quiero hablar con ustedes esta noche también con muchas preguntas. Look forward to talking with you all tonight, answer your questions, hear from us. I'm running for Sacramento to move us forward in a positive direction. We'll have plenty of Q&A later on with the questions to get to the details. I'm a lifelong Sacramentan, served our community as a city council member, a city commissioner, and assembly member, bringing practical and real solutions to our problems, from big ones to small. And I look forward to bringing this experience to the next level, to serving the community. Is that 30 seconds still? Yes. Look forward to serving our community in a level where I used to serve as a city council member. You know, this is a community that gave me so much. Raised by a single mom, benefited from public programs like after-school programs, child care programs, scholarships for my mom to go into college to take care of her family. So I feel this opportunity to give back to my hometown of Sacramento, make sure that we have a community that invests in all communities, including our Latino community, and look forward to sharing my ideas for the Latino community in the upcoming questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Steve Hansen.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here, and I want to thank our hosts tonight, the Latino Roundtable, Latino Economic Counsel Sacramento, and United Latinos for inviting us. Our Latino community is part of the tapestry, the fabric of the history, the present, and the future of our community. And I'm so pleased to have a chance to talk to you about what I want to do as your mayor. When I was born, my parents didn't go to college. My dad was a paper recycling plant worker, ran a forklift when he had a heart attack at work when he was 53, and eventually took him off life support. My mom came out of a very abusive household and had a lot of struggles. Ultimately, she became a nurse's aide working in senior homes. So after my parents divorced, we moved around a lot. I stayed in domestic violence shelters. I didn't know what I could be. I started work at 14, full-time when I was 15, and worked full-time through high school, college, and eventually law school, because I believe hard work is good luck. And we are a city that has to work for a living. We have to ensure that our small businesses, which are our lifeblood, our entrepreneurs, which this community is the beating heart of our entrepreneurship in Sacramento, has been such a profound part of that success story, but we're not doing enough to get out of the way or to help them. On housing and homelessness, my top priorities, Latinos are impacted across the board and in profound ways. So as we have this conversation tonight, I'm excited to talk to you about those things, but lastly, also about arts and culture and the beauty of our city. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Richard Penn.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's great to be back in this community venue right here at La Familia. I've spent many meetings and forums here working with the community, talking to the community, and certainly proud to be to have actually helped support the funding of the La Familia Center that's going to go near this particular center to provide both health and actually job training here. You know, I'm running for mayor because this is an amazing city. I'm thrilled to be running for mayor. And as a physician and public health expert, I've spent my life really working to solve tough problems and improve the lives of patients and community. In fact, just this morning I was down on Broadway at the Sacramento County Health Clinic seeing patients. And so why did I run for office? Well, I first ran for office because I saw the need for a type of leadership and problem solving that wasn't driven by politics or political agendas. It was driven by a desire for practical solutions that are rooted in facts. Leadership that actually tried to create policy that actually makes real tangible improvements in people's lives. So for example, I actually helped save the RFK health plan for the farm workers to be sure they can continue to get healthcare coverage. And I'm running for mayor because our city's in crisis. We have a crisis of leadership. We let too many important issues like homelessness, housing, and public safety unfortunately spiral out of control. I'm going to bring a renewed focus on solving problems and not politics. That's why I'm problem solver, and my agenda is to be sure that we get the city that we love back on track. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce Mr. Jose Aviña.
Hola, bienvenidos a todos. Gracias por estar aquí. José Antonio Aviña. Como muchos, no vengo de aquí, ¿ok? Vengo de San Isidro. Mis papás vinieron de México, pero vinieron por una cosa nomás, para trabajar. Y una chance de una vida que no tenían en México. Y con esa chance, me dio esta chance aquí para estar aquí con ustedes. Y me da mucho orgullo poder tener esa chance de ser un día su mayor. Ojalá, ojalá. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for everyone who's watching us on TV. Thank you for the hosts. I will go back and forth Spanish and English to make sure we talk to everyone. But I want to make sure that we address the real issues. This community has been affected, and I represent this community. I come from a small town in San Diego, San Isidro, where it was what we consider the ghetto. No one cared about us, no one worried about us. We left us alone. We had three options. You either A, you work for the cartel, you work for Home Depot or Walmart, or you go down the shipping yards. I chose to be different. I joined the Marine Corps. I asked for something different, take me somewhere else, away from there. I got stuck in 29 Palms. I loved it. I loved it. So the Marine Corps decided that, hey, you know, this individual has the leadership capabilities and chose to send me to college. Never decided to go to college, never wanted to go to college, but they forced me to go to college and become a leader. And from that, I became what we call a Mustang. An enlisted personnel becoming an officer is a Mustang, and it's a title I'm proud of. I'm here to represent you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. And Dr. Flo Kofer.
Good evening, and thank you for being here this evening, and thank you to the hosts. My name is Dr. Flo Kofer, and I'm running for mayor of Sacramento because I am frustrated, like many of you, watching the challenges in our community get worse, and I firmly believe that we can do better. When I was 11, at my aunt's birthday dinner, my dad collapsed and died from heart disease. And what I understood was that my father protected everyone in our community, but he was not protected by policies. He started smoking at a time when the tobacco lobby lied about the harms of cigarettes, and when we didn't enjoy the smoke-free policies we have now. And I don't want anyone else to experience what I did. And so I became a public health professional because I wanted to make sure that we had policies that ensured that we live long, happy, healthy lives. And that's what brought me to Sacramento 20 years ago, to work at the California Department of Public Health. And one of my first accomplishments was getting birth control included in Obamacare with no copay. And I learned that government can work for real people, not just for donors and lobbyists. And Sacramento is facing an unprecedented crisis right now. But we have people here who can roll up their sleeves and help us. And already, through my campaign, people have been showing that they are interested in a city that works for all of us, not just those with money, which is why I'm not taking corporate PAC money. And so I'm running to represent you in the city of Sacramento, and I look forward to having this conversation with you this evening.
Thank you. Now we move to the question and answer portion